Hi folks, this is the underbody video for the Volvo 122S PGN 210E, and it's shot on the 18th of June 2024. I'll start at the rear and work along and try and tell you everything. There's a very minor ding there. If you're wondering why this bumper looks so good, it appears to me to be an entirely new one in recent years. It's got the stickers on the back and the grey paint and some fresh looking bolts, so I think we can take that as being new, and the one on the front is exactly the same. Now moving along, I can't find any perforations under here. It's all solid. There's some of the underseal. It's been heavily undersealed, as you can see, and some of it's flaking a bit. I'll talk about that later and what I would do, but everything's very good under here. I've had a good poke and with a screwdriver and with a welding chipping hammer, and I'm not finding anything on the main floor at all, but it's quite dry. As I say, putting under seal on in itself is all very well and good, but you really need to have something that creeps under it as well. Well, the normal thing's wax saw, but I've got my own special treatments, which I'll talk about: lanolin and steam cylinder oil cut with white spirit. That stuff gets right in, and it's very good. But all this is absolutely, I mean, might have a bit of surface rust there, but it's all, and sills as well. I'm not going through any of this. It's good. It really is. If this was something I were buying, and I'm not in the market for one, but if I were, I'd be very happy with the underpinnings of this car. You're not going to spend time with a MIG on this, and I don't think anybody has to any extent either. But it's all dry. Some of these bushes, they're a little bit dry looking and very minor cracks, as I hope you can see. Back plates could do with a bit of treatment. I don't know what the state of the brakes are. They're sticking on slightly. Exhaust is serviceable. It's certainly not stainless though. Now this diff, I don't know if you can read the tag, but it's a 41 to 9, that's 41 on the crown wheel, 9 on the pinion, and it says, it's done the maths for us, I think it's 4.56. Now that seems fairly buzzy, but actually it's got the Laycock overdrive, so what would that be? That would drop the revs by 0.8 at least, I would think. Usually typically about that, so you're getting about a 20% drop or more. So that diff will impart good acceleration, but you Volvo people that know your Amazons will be wiser about that than me. So going along here, it's just the same story, both sides. These are, as you can see, these are original floor pans at the rear. There's really nothing too much to say about those. My examination here, let's see, there's more ribs pressed into that floor pan than this one's presenting, so I surmise that that's a patch. All nicely done. This is where the Amazons get their reputation. Really solid underpinnings. If this was a Ford, I think we'd be having a different conversation at this stage. It would be just how much of it had been replaced. Really nice. Well, you don't get any. You just don't get any trouble up over the top there, and all this is. It's really solid. Bit dry in the back there. It's got quite good pads, but to be honest, I think it really wants a look at the brakes. Tyres, no. They've got great tread, but don't go down the road with those until they're replaced. They're simply too old. I don't think the car has really seen any use after it's had a large investment. It's had very light, what I'd call just show mileage. I think this is a new, been a new slave on here. There's also an alternator conversion that looks fairly new, ditto. I don't know if you can, it's difficult to film in some of these places, but the fuel pump, the lift pump looks good. Hoses have probably been replaced. And that's the, with that £1 sign, don't know what that relates to, certainly not the bumper. I think that'd be a big ticket item. It's still got all its codes on it. So radiator's good, there's no sign of the matrix crumbling, and all under there's, well, it's just as you'd like to find. Now, trying to show you up in here, but all that's sound, really sound. There is a bit, a minor bit that I want to draw your attention to. I hope you can see. Just there we are. Up in there, I found a little hole. That's where some water congregates, and there might be a minor bit too, just in there, but I couldn't actually make a hole. So, but the wing, the arch is terrific. I mean, the wings are great. No sign of bubbling. But we'll talk about that from the inside when I do a shot on the upper level. This is the outer view along the sill. Again, this is just where the body chutes is lifted under seal. Sound, absolutely sound. Can't make a hole in this. These arches are, well, if you know what bad arches are like, you'd be very happy with these. So I don't think, but you can see, I'm just talking about tyres. Good make, been a good tyre, but just age has caused the sidewalls to go, and that's no way you want to be driving on that. So we'll just go over the other side. Sorry, I'm toting a pretty heavy light here, which is a bit difficult. But now, there's been a patch panel put in there. I can see the outline of it, and it'll be more visible from the inside. I think there's been a bit of a leak in there in the past. This I had a poke at, and it's just again the underseal coming off. It's all solid. Same there. Nothing to worry about. Very, very minor bubbling up there that we'll talk about in the walk around when we do the upper part. But I think I've pretty much covered the underside. If anybody has any specific questions related to the underside, I'm very happy to take individual images, scrape away or whatever you want. I'm selling this car, but it's not mine. It's from a deceased estate, and I'm selling on behalf of the family as agent. It's the Marshall family. I've had it. It's been in their family for quite a number of years. Very lightly used, and sadly, not in the last several years because of declining health. Just meant it couldn't be used, but it was put in dry storage. It's come through that very well, but it's time for, as they say in the Mathesons, bangers and cash, a few weekends work, and in this case it's not an exaggeration at all. That's what it takes. A kind of satisfying recommissioning that is fine. It's not that depressing stuff where you start chipping away and find holes everywhere, and worse still, thin metal near it, and you've got nothing to weld to, and before long it becomes a nightmare, like some of those restoring classics are, where they go underneath and they raise the ramps, and grim. In fact, I'd almost buy cars by the underside more than the upper, because this is what will let you down and cause you real grief. Mechanical, doesn't matter. But anyway, that's the twin carburetor engine, manual overdrive, so nice spec. Okay, that's the instalment